Well, happy birthday. Is it birthday? Someone's birthday today? It's the birthday of the church, the Catholic Church. And when we speak about the church, it's not the building that matters, right? Jesus is the head of the church, and we are the body of the church. And therefore, it's our birthday as one family, one body. A lot of things. I have to check with Bobby about that. She was asking about the candy. I give out candy for the birthday, so she was thinking. So I will make the homily like a candy for you, okay? Yeah. It's going to be a spiritual candy. Wonderful. The Jewish feast of Shavuot has the name in Greek, Pentecost. What was the feast of Shavuot? It's actually, Shavuot means weeks. The feast of the weeks. Number one, it happens the 50th day after the first day of the feast of Passover. So, weeks. We all know that, how they call it. What happened on the feast day of the weeks, the 50th day after the Passover feast? Two things. Number one, it was the feast of harvest. Jews all over the world should go to Jerusalem carrying their winter crop, the first fruits, to offer in Jerusalem, the harvest feast. Number two, it was also the day on which they remembered the covenant or the book of Torah given to Moses on Mount Sinai. God the Father, after a big sound of thunder and lightning, he came down upon the Mount of Sinai in the form of fire, and then asked Moses to go there, and he gave the first 5 books. We call them Torah, or the law, the commandment. So the people of Jewish people, they had to go to Jerusalem on this day to celebrate both of them, the Feast of Harvest with the new fruits, and also to remember and celebrate the giving of the book of Torah, the commandment, the renewal of the covenant with Abraham through Moses. So 2 things. So that's, if you read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 19 and 20, you will see that how through Moses, God gave the covenant to the people. If you take that into the book, the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 2, you will see the similarity on the day of Pentecost. Pentecost is the Greek word, simply means 50th. 50th day, Pentecost, 50th. So the same way, how God the Father gave the Torah to Moses, we see the big lightning, the big thunder sound, and then the fire. Same as God came down upon the Mount Sinai, here in Jerusalem, he is coming down upon the disciples of Christ. And how can it be called as the first fruits? Because they are the first fruits. The disciples of Jesus are the first fruits of the church. So symbolically, those two come together. A new covenant is established for the whole world through those disciples on the day of Pentecost, on the feast of Shavuot. The Old Testament and the New Testament, they come together in Jerusalem on that day. And that's what we are celebrating today. You all know about that we all belong to Catholic Church, right? It's a one church, right? Okay. So Catholic actually means, katha in Greek means katha, or kath in Greek means throughout. Holos means whole. So Catholic simply means throughout the whole world. Sometimes we use the word universal. It's not the correct understanding of Catholic. It's a bit different. The difference is the Catholic actually is like the yeast that you apply in dough. Same as the yeast that is throughout the whole, make the whole change. That's how we understand the word Catholic. Okay. And we all said Catholic, one and Catholic Church, right? Yes. But if you look into the Catholic Church, you realize Catholic Church is actually a communion of 24 autonomous churches. Did you know that? Catholic Church is not just one church. Catholic Church is a communion of 24 autonomous or sui juris churches all throughout the world. They come under basically 6 traditions. The first one, of course, because we belong to that, we can say the Latin tradition of liturgy. And then we have other 5 Eastern traditions: the Armenian, the Alexandrian, the Antiochian, the Byzantine, and then the Chaldean. So the 5 Eastern traditions plus the Latin tradition. In the Latin tradition, we have used to have several rites, and even now the minor rites are there, like the Ambrosian, Gallican. If you go to Milan or Switzerland, we say the same Mass in a different way because they belong to the Ambrosian rite in the Latin family. What we have is called the Roman rite. From Rome, we got it. Eastern churches, I said, so we all together we say one Latin rite and 23 Eastern rite churches. Together we make the Catholic Church. Do we all of us follow the same theology? Not really. There are differences in the way we understand the theology between these 24 churches. Do we all have the same spirituality? No, we all have different ways of praying. Our spirituality is different. Do we all have the same Mass, same liturgy? No, we all have more than 30, 35 different ways of saying Mass. Actually, I can say Mass in 3 different rites. Okay. Yeah. Do we all have the same canon law? All the 24 churches, do we all follow the same canon law? Actually, no. We have actually 2 separate books of Code of Canon Laws. The one is called CIC, Codex Iuris Canonici for the Latin rite, and then there is a special code of canon law for the Oriental churches. So the 23 churches follow the Oriental Code of Canon Law, and the Latin rite, the church follow the CIC or the Latin Canon Law. In the Catholic Church, there are churches in which priests are married men. In the Catholic Church, in our church, for example, we use the unleavened bread. If you go to the Byzantine, they use leavened bread, not just the word we use, leavened bread. And again, we said differences in different ways. If you go to Rome for a Mass with the Pope, you will see a lot of cardinals and bishops, they all dressed in different ways. Even their mitre looks different. Some years ago, I was in Rome. I was the deacon for Pope John Paul II, our saint. The church is one because we believe in Jesus Christ. But it's like the yeast that in the dough, different doughs, same yeast. Different cultures. The apostles, they went to the world, they entered into different communities, to their culture, to their language, to their traditions, and a way of worshiping Jesus formed. That's what we call as a rite. The church, the Catholic Church, is one because we believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit the same way. 7 sacraments in all these churches. How do we understand it in our own way? For example, Moberly Parish, St. Piuston Parish. It's one church, right? But we have 600 families here. That means we have 600 different traditions in this parish alone. Every family has its own traditions, its own way of praying. And non-praying as well, right? Some of them, we don't even pray at all. Okay, it's fine. Not fine, but okay. So we all go to church in different ways. We all worship different ways. Our spirituality is different. How we come to church, some family, they all come together. Some family, they cannot make that happen. So we all worship differently. So we can say that Moberly St. Piuston Parish is a tiny church with all the differences. But when we come here, we worship together. We worship the same one God. Same as God is one, but we have 3, right? Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's 1, it's 3. Same as the Catholic Church. So it's not about uniformity. It's about unity of differences. The Holy Spirit came upon the disciples, and they did not change their languages. The Holy Spirit did not make one language, did He? He made the people to understand whatever they spoke. That's the difference. Church is not about making everything one. It's not about uniformity. It's about enlightening in every one of us our own different talents. Same as the body, different functions, different parts. Together we make that one body. And that's what, for the people of Moberly, members of this church, the Holy Spirit asks us today to be that oneness amidst all the differences, amidst all the different traditions, amidst all the different practices, amidst all the different way we understand, be one. With all the differences, not about uniformity, but that unity. In God, we are all one. Jesus is the head, and we are the body.